Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to the channel. I know she might not look like much, but this is kind of a neat one. This week we're going to do dual video uploads because I have been just as busy as can be, and I haven't been doing many videos, and obviously I have things to show you guys because this is another really cool one. She doesn't look like much, but this is a 1941 Plymouth Sedan. And one of my favorite things, just right off the bat, suicide doors. You can't beat them. But this car has another hidden secret that is really cool. This is a World War II era military staff car. I'm pretty sure it was a staff car anyways. You can see the olive drab coming through where the paint is left. Olive drab on the trunk lid and on the back. You just can't beat the shape of these cars. They're just so neat. This thing goes beautifully with the 41 Ford, which I'm sure you guys, well, I'm not sure of anything. You might have seen the video on my 41 Ford Sedan. That's another 41, obviously, with suicide doors. Just super neat cars. But more stuff about the military part of this car. You can see the blackout taillights. And, well, obviously the olive drab. That door is stiff. Olive drab, it would have had a data tag of sorts right there. I love that the little Plymouth badge is still on the dash here. If I climb up in here, and you can see that the light switch is interesting. This is a military style light switch that I am pretty sure it might not be identical, but it's similar to what was on trucks and Jeeps during World War II, where you have to push one of the buttons or something in order to turn your headlights on. So if you just pulled on the knob, you'd only get the blackout lights. That would prevent you, if you were on the front lines and there were the Nazis over there or something, you wouldn't turn your headlights on and give away your location. So that's another little sign that this thing was military. So yeah, pretty sure this would have been a military staff car up here in Alaska. Really neat history, the stuff that you just don't see too often that I love to see. She's missing quite a few parts, but never fear, she came with quite a few parts. This was another one. Came from the same place where the 49 Chrysler came from. Really nice guy, trying to clean out his yard, get rid of stuff. And this was another. I just couldn't turn this thing down. Just a neat car. Nothing in the glove box of this one, unlike the 49 Chrysler. I love how the glove box was like chrome, and it got painted olive drab for the war. The glass for the gauges isn't even broke. You never see a car this old where the glass is still intact for the gauges. Super neat. Also in the interior, she had the old Southwind, Stuart Warner Southwind heater. Really cool old. I love the old underdash heaters. They're just super neat how they were styled and designed. Fire extinguisher bracket right here. She's missing the metal floor pan here. I'm pretty sure this would have had a metal floor pan. Some of them had plywood, of course, but this one should have had metal. That's gone. Like I said, it came with a mess of parts. A Z28 Chevy steering wheel. I'm not sure if that'd have value to anybody. A lot of these parts, I'd love to try and find homes for them. People that will appreciate some of this stuff and can put it to good use. Like all these old radios, I don't know what they go for, or I don't know what they go to, rather. This is an old Bendix Sapphire radio. Another old Sapphire 5. Old horn up there. Yeah. I need to try and find places to store. That's an old Mopar radio. Need to find places where all this stuff can sit out of the weather, even though it's been in the weather forever, but a ton of old parts. These are always neat. The 50s Ford Magic Air systems. The Ford pickups, if you got the heater package, had a different style, but they were the same Magic Air system. And the truck ones mounted under the dash. Honestly, I've never seen one for the cars, but you see quite a few of the old Fords with these because, of course, you had to add a heater on to live in Alaska. Or, it was a really good idea. Back to the Plymouth, though. She's got the lever under here for the cowl vent. That all works. Column shift 3-speed. Everything appears to move, which is a really good sign for this car. Crawl out. Data tag's still present there, at least. the factory Plymouth tag. All the glass is gone out of her, of course. There's some slant 6 stuff, Mopar slant 6. That's a cylinder head and valve cover. I'm pretty sure one of these oil pans down there is for the slant 6. More headlight buckets, badges, emblems, trim for something, I don't know. Another working man's light. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I love those things. What's really wild about this car is the fact that it has fenders and a hood, because the gentleman that I got this car from, he got it without fenders and a hood, and he didn't even think he had the front end sheet metal. And these were more stuff that he had. We drug it all. Anything like this, he was going to throw everything out, and so it was like, yeah, well, I'll take everything. I don't want to see it get destroyed or thrown out or lost. And sure enough, I got them here, and they are for this car. And it has, I know for sure this light cap here is the same as the CJ2As, like Eureka there. So just really neat that we have all these parts. It appears as though there was some form of olive drab under the dark green paint on these Plymouth parts. So just weird that all this is here somehow. So yeah, I'm missing, there's a filler panel that would have gone here, and then the grill obviously is missing still, but hopefully those will come to me down the line and we can get this thing all put back together like it should have been. It'd be really cool to have a World War II era car. If we raise the hood, of course the hood isn't hinged. You can see olive drab under there, and some spray paint that says don't crush, because he knew that these parts probably go to this car. He was also trying to save all the stuff he could. He worked at a scrapyard. I mentioned it with the Chrysler video, and he saved tons and tons and tons of badges and emblems, and all the little things that he could save, he did. I'm gonna set the camera down for a second, set this hood aside since I don't have any way to hold it up here. Obviously it's not hinged anymore, and we'll have a quick look at this engine. Alrighty, we're back. Before I get too caught up in talking about the engine, if any of you Chrysler aficionados happen to know, I'd love more information on which front end parts will fit on this. I'm not sure if any Dodge truck or Chrysler car parts will fit on this. So if you guys know, or might mentally have a list of, like, if I could pull parts off of a 40s Dodge truck or something that would work on this, I'd appreciate any and all information I could get. So I'd love to have this thing looking complete finally. Well, not finally, it's only been here for a week, but I'm finally able to do a quick video on it, talk about it. But yeah, she's got the pretty standard flathead 6 in here. Old spark plugs. I genuinely haven't the foggiest idea the last time this car was on the road. This must be for the coil. Super neat that it has a coil up here on the firewall. I have no idea what's up with that. Does that thread into the coil? It does. That is wild. Huh. And I don't know why the coil only has one terminal on it. I have no idea how that works. That's awesome. She's got the push pedal starter in there. That's probably seized as can be. Lovely old cloth covered wiring that's just in magnificent shape. You want the copper showing. Love how it has this little well here to keep you from spilling oil everywhere. And the oil cap was chained so you didn't lose it. That must be, oh, it had a throttle rod to hold the throttle open. We have a carburetor, it's all intact. It's not even seized, huh? When I went and got this car, it was a pretty quick, I went and got it. I didn't spend much time looking at it, so this is also kind of not my first time looking at it, but my first time really investigating. So we're kind of exploring together. Really funny how it has like a sediment bowl up here and a sediment bowl down there. Oh, here's the belt. Nice. Broken. Yeah, it's got a filter down below and a filter up top on the carburetor. Interesting. I did just notice this. Engine mount's completely destroyed. That's a huge shame, which means the engine's probably dropped down. I didn't have high hopes for this engine being free anyways. Looks like somebody pulled head bolts up too. This one might be quite a project. Looks like that's an interesting fitting. I don't know if that's a plug or a valve back there. Shut off the heat. Vacuum line into the cabin. Huh. The heater looks pretty well installed. That's the heater intake duct. So it's not like somebody got in there with a claw hammer and pounced a hole in the firewall. The old brass valve for shutting off the heater in the summertime. Really, really cool. I love how complete this thing is. Like I said, you just never see cars this old, this complete up here in Alaska. All the suspension's intact. It has the rear end. As far as I can tell, the whole drivetrain's complete on this thing. The one big thing I don't have is the radiator and the front end sheet metal for this car. I need to get her pressure washed. Windshield wipers. This was kind of a neat. I found this in some of the junk that came with this car. Just a brass salamander. Really, really neat. Most of the door handles are here, except for that passenger side front door. No center button for the steering wheel. Yeah, there's a throttle rod. BO drive. Is that for the blackout lights? BO should be blackout. Because I don't think this thing had, well, overdrive would be OD, so that must be for the blackout lights. That's cool. Huh. Got the handbrake lever there. I wonder what this alligator clamp's for. Fascinating. Just interesting. Somebody was cleaning and painting the interior of this thing. You can see the back seat bracket there is all in red primer. I haven't fully, obviously, cleaned this thing out yet. She's still got some junk in here. Yeah, I wish I knew what the full story was. But the story that I have is the guy I got it from was working at the junkyard or the scrapyard. Somebody came and asked if he wanted this car, and he said, yeah, that sounds really neat. I'd love to have it. And he was thinking make kind of a rat rod, run down to the post office, you know. And so the other guy just showed up, dumped this thing off in his driveway, and pretty much ran away. And Eddie got home and was like, what the heck? And his wife was pissed. And then this thing promptly sat there for, I think, over 10 years. It sat in his yard. It looked really rough because it was way down. It was off his driveway, and it was like there were weeds up to here. And so you could tell it was a car, but I had no idea that it has all 4 tires on it. The drivetrain's complete on it. Like, really, if you put glass and an interior in it, fix the engine up and everything, it'd be a really nice car, which is fascinating how complete this thing is. That's really cool. I don't know why the camera's not focusing today, but it's got an original Chrysler Corporation voltage regulator on here. Just more fascinating stuff that you never see. I wonder what this little tag is here. There's like a little tamper-proof tag on top here. Yeah, it's got a seal. It says something, genuine seal. Handy governor, genuine seal. Wonder what that means. That's cool. Neat. The body tag's still here. Body number. Briggs Manufacturing, Detroit, Michigan. So they must have been making car bodies for Plymouth. That's another tag that's completely worn off. You're not getting any data off of that thing. I don't know if that's... I don't think there's a hole back there, so that was the data tag. It's completely worn off, but with the door tag and that tag were pretty golden. Oh, that's cool. It has a... The engine was rebuilt. I don't know if that'll focus for you guys. Really sucks. It was ground 20 over, or 20 under on the mains rather. And then over there it says September of 1945 this engine was rebuilt. That is wild. That must be a original military tag for when the car went in for service. They rebuilt the engine. So she's got a brand new engine in it. That's what Marketplace would have you think, that the engine was rebuilt at some point in time. That means it still has a brand new engine in it. She's got the head bolt engine heater. I love these things. They're just funny. You replace one of your head bolts with this thing, and it down in the bottom, it's a heating element, and you just plug an electrical cord into it, plug it in, it goes straight into the coolant jacket, the water jacket, and it heats up your coolant for you. I put one in Eureka, my CJ2A. Super neat stuff. The exhaust even seems somewhat present. It's rusted off down there, but the tailpipe comes out the back, which is funny. I have a hubcap for this thing, or a wheel cover rather, which is neat. Yeah, the tailpipe comes all the way out, so complete exhaust. Fuel tank's even still there. These back tires aren't for this car, or aren't like the original style, but they fit, and the car rolls. Somehow the car rolls, which I don't even understand how that works, honestly. Like, in my mind, something like this shouldn't roll, but it does. Blackout lights. The fender, or not fender, but the bumper is super ornate. Really cool how it's got these grooves here and then the styling there. The center push bar, and then the trunk pan is even embossed in the center. The license plate bracket's even pretty intricate. You'd slide your plate up and bolt it. Just, I don't, something about these old cars, I love them. Like all this lead filler. Somebody must have done bodywork to the trunk at some point. I wonder if it got hit. The trunk, unfortunately, hits there, but you can still get her up. All the olive drab underneath. Came with some stuff in here. There's the oil bath air cleaner is still complete. There's the oil bath and the lid. Fans back here. A multi-tool. It's actually a really neat little socket tray. A bicycle light. Somebody's dirty old hoe. A big metric wrench. WGB Germany, that's cool. Huh. A little brush. Wonder what that was for. Ideal. Universal Fountain Brush Company. St. Petersburg, Florida? I think FLA is Florida. Well, it's got to be Florida because it says USA on it, so that's neat. Neat. Water pump pulley. Ground cable. Chunk of the cardboard box. There's the primer that was being used in here. Muffin tin. Score. Piece of window gasket. That's original to this car because it has the same shades of green on it. She's got a little bit of rot. But for something from 1941, this thing is in respectable shape. Just a super nice car. Yeah, and this is where it gets kind of tricky. Closing the trunk. Super neat. I'll put a picture up of how this thing was sitting when I got it. And you can probably see in those photos that the roof was all dented in, but I kid you not, I rolled this thing in My buddy Cole, just a car addict here on YouTube, helped me go get this thing, and he can vouch for me. I rolled this thing in, crawled up on the trailer, and a couple old swift kicks of the boot, and I had the roof looking absolutely cherry. Yeah, just another good save, another car that I just couldn't see go to waste. I had to save her. She's got a couple warbles in the roof like that right there, but couldn't let it go to waste. Another one to add to the arsenal, the World War II collection. Now my forklift is a World War II G506 1.5 ton truck. My World War II Willys MB that was driven up after the war, which is another super cool story. And this girl right here is another great addition to the World War II collection. Here, when time prevails, I need to get all these parts out of here, clean the floor pan out, do everything I can to stop the rust in this thing. She's not rusting away fast, but every little bit helps. And yeah, this thing will be... I gotta get it cleaned up and put away here before the snow flies. The snow is still quite a ways off, but boy, it's never too late to start thinking about it. Or never too early. Pretty sure that's like a Cadillac steering wheel or something. Somebody was trying to Bondo it back together. Another neat, just the neat styling of the day. All those leaves and moss and junk. Package tray is in really nice shape on this thing too. Boy, if this car could talk, I really do wish there was more information with it, but there she is. Just another great old car, a 1941 Plymouth that came with a ton of parts. And when I say it came with a ton of parts, I mean it came with a ton of parts. These are all old gauges and emblems and badges. See the old 1210 International badge that I have set up there. Tail lights, more tail lights. That goes with the slant six stuff. Headlight bezels, valve cover. I mentioned in the Chrysler video, he liked Cadillacs and Cadillac parts. And I can attest to that with all of the Cadillac parts that I have. More gauges and stuff. It looks really messy right now because kind of just got the car in and set everything out. Everything needs to get organized here. That's a 1967 F100 emblem. It's completely destroyed, but just, it's neat. Cadillac emblem, of course. I'll probably do another video of laying all the parts out and we can do a little adventure because there's tons of stuff like this gas pump that I got. And this absolute plethora of hubcaps, miscellaneous parts, fender skirts, radiators, got a couple old chainsaws, oil cans. Oh, I love these mud flaps. The old North to the Futures are just the coolest mud flaps ever. Glove box doors, cutouts from cars. He was working in the scrapyard and he'd go out with a chop saw and cut out cool parts where he could just to save them. I don't like when people do that to cars, but in this scenario, you know, parts got saved and not crushed, which is good. That's a mid-70s Mustang taillight. I can't even begin to list all the parts. Like I said, we'll have a look at all this at some other time because it is a lot. I need to get everything piled up here and set aside because, yeah, things need to get organized. It is insane the amount of stuff that has ended up here. Things look like an absolute catastrophe, but we'll get it all cleaned up, put away, and organized here. But I thought I'd take a second and show you guys this beauty right here of a 41 Plymouth. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. And if there's rusty old iron out there, you should be saving it because they don't make them like this anymore. They don't make a lot of parts for these old gals, and they're just neat old machines to look at. All the cool styling, all the intricate details that went on with these cars is just super fascinating to look at and to see. And like I said, I love to save them because you don't see these too often. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.